Who am I? The topic is becoming secure and leading secure. It's a good goal to have, to build a strong, large team. And some do this, but then find out later that they actually start feeling threatened by the good people that they've been raising up in the team. And my question is, how can we overcome this? In my own team, I have some very strong leaders on my side. The one's a doctor in theology, and I will never become that. I developed myself, obviously, but I know that in this area, he is far beyond all my knowledge. And how do I handle this? Can I celebrate it? Or do I continually feel this as a threat in my life? And I can tell you that I celebrate this, and I'm so happy that we have someone like this in our team. And in every other area, that's how it is. I'm not the best in every area. I have my strengths, but the team complements each other, and this is so good. And if we can lead from a place of security, it's healthy. Healthy leadership starts from a heart foundation where we secure. And this foundation we could call our identity. And so from which identity do I lead my team? And this identity is primarily determined by strong people or authority figures in our lives. Our parents or other authority figures, maybe teachers who you had in school, and they determine how we feel about ourselves. And if we've had it good, then you have a blessing for your life. But if it's been a negative thing, then you have a load that you are carrying. With counseling and so on, of course you can work through this and get healed and get your identity healed. And if you're a Christian, and I think in my life, I know that that made the difference, that I became a Christian. And this relationship that I have with my Heavenly Father changed everything. It gave me a healthy identity, and this changed my life. There was a phase in my life, in my 20s, where I had just started a new career. And I realized that every time the big boss came past and he had to test what I'd been doing or he had to control something, I realized that I was totally insecure. I knew I'd done everything right, that I'd done a good job. But that couldn't have been the reason why I was so nervous. There must have been a reason why I had that feeling. And after a long time of thinking and analyzing, I realized the following. In my youth years, in the last third of my youth, I had no father at home. In that phase, 14 to 20. And I noticed that the way my friends and colleagues would just be relaxed with authority figures, I didn't have that. But because I found God and I received Him as my Heavenly Father, I started seeing a change in my life, and that identity took steps forward so that I didn't have that insecurity every time. Romans 8 verse 15 and 16, it says, "Therefore do not behave like timid slaves. After all, we have become God's children and are allowed to call Him Abba Father. For the Spirit of God Himself confirms in our hearts that we are God's children." And this unconditional love that we receive from our Heavenly Father, this love gives us an acceptance. That means we don't have to perform for it. We are accepted the way we are. We don't have to prove anything. It is something that gives us security. We find with this love, there is that place where I can come to rest. I'm protected. I'm in His hand. And this love also gives me significance. It means I'm important to him. I'm valuable. Even if I don't get people's praise, I know that in his eyes I am valuable. He's got a good plan for my life. He's prepared good works for my life. And this helps me every day. And I can give this to others. How? From this place of security. I have new feelings. I don't feel threatened by good people around me. I can praise them. I can truly celebrate when other people get praised. I can receive feedback. I'm open to change. When I get criticized, I know with my identity and my value before God, it has nothing to do with my identity. It's about the situation that maybe has gone wrong or where I haven't behaved the way I should have. I don't define myself through what I do, but my identity is totally independent of my job description. It's so important because in 10 years or more, where I'm no longer in the active role that I am today, it's so important that my identity isn't linked with my task that I do, but my identity comes together with what my Heavenly Father gives me. And I need to instill trust in my team because I can cope with giving more than taking. I don't always accept back because I need that. I can live with giving more than I take. I enjoy encouragement and praise, but I don't need it for my inner security. God gives me that. And so some questions for application. Number 1, is there a loud voice making your foundation shaky? Is there a voice in your life or in your past or the present, and this voice always says to you, you're not lovable, you're a loser, you have no value, you'll never make it? Number 2, are you stuck with experiences in your life that were bad and they just keep coming back? Think about that, work through them and deal with them. And thirdly, what will you do to become more secure? Your team needs a secure leader. Who are you? Become secure so that you can lead in security.